Christmas is meant to be a relaxing time, but for many people it's also a period of stress, tension, and tribulations, especially for married couples. The financial burden of the holidays plus the pressure to have a perfect Christmas and the familiar strain of dealing with in-laws can lead to squabbles and even full-blown arguments. It should be no wonder then that the first working Monday back after the festive break has been branded Divorce Day, as men and women who finally had enough look into legal separation. In fact, online searches for "I want a divorce" rose by 230% in the first week of January 2020 compared to December 2019, according to Richard Nelson, solicitors. If you are considering filing for a divorce, you need to go into it with a clear head and armed with knowledge. To help you prepare, City AM asked John Oxley, divorce and family law barrister at Vardags, for his expert advice. What are the basic financial issues people should look into when considering divorce? Divorce will involve an assessment of your entire finances. You need to have a firm grip on what is available, both income and assets, to each party, and what each are likely to need for a reasonable standard of living afterwards. In most cases, one spouse will have a much higher earning capacity, and so is likely to leave the marriage with less capital, and perhaps ongoing obligations to the other. It is important to consider things such as mortgage capacity too. Both parties will need to be housed afterwards, and often this can be the hardest need to meet. People should also be aware of how best to manage a settlement, especially when it comes to the tax impact of dealing with properties or businesses in certain ways. Both parties should leave the marriage with a stable financial future ahead of them, with a real sense of how their new needs are going to be catered for. It is of course crucial to think about financial maintenance for children. There is a set formula for maintenance where the non-resident parent earns under £150,000 per year, but maintenance beyond that, and issues such as school fees, may have to be resolved separately. How long does a divorce take, and how much can it cost? If proceedings aren't contested and negotiations are straightforward, the whole matter can be wrapped up in around 4 months. Where matters are more contentious or complex, up to 18 months is about average. Fees will vary in line with the complexity of the case, and the quality of the lawyers involved. Fees are charged on hourly rates, but a good rule of thumb is to expect to spend around 5% of the assets involved in fees. Some of the biggest cases can last for up to 5 years and cost millions in fees, but these are highly specialist cases. What should high net worth individuals or couples be aware of? For the very wealthy, the complexities are magnified. For more on this story, visit the news article link.